I'm not a drummer. Wish I was a drummer, but I'm not. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Blathering Live. You are hopefully watching live and being part of the community, but a lot of you listen later as an audio podcast, and I appreciate that. Hey, check out the Napzok Network. Why? Every Monday morning, you get the audio version of a Monday morning show. Sometimes it's uplifting, sometimes it's depressive. It's my quiet thoughts as the week ends and the new week begins. Video versions available to channel members and Patreon supporters. Mondays. We get people in here. Jared the Tide Pilot, Rich T's here. Kingsport Kyle, David Mackay, Serenity Jane. Love the regulars. If you're new and lurking, go ahead and let us know. Say hello. Don't be shy. Producer Steve says, Happy Monday, ? I may need more than 16 second dish of sports later. That's fair. I was slightly late to the show by 10 seconds. Come on, give myself some credit. Because I was searching for NFL free agent news. It's NFL free agency day, or the beginning of it. The Miami Dolphins have not made any moves. I don't expect them to make big moves today. Our biggest moves is watching players walk away, which is okay. Jennifer Muro's here as well. She is not a lurker. Well, occasionally she's a lurker. She's a looker and a lurker, but not a stranger to these parts. Lauren Roma says, is it Monday already? It is Monday. It is absolutely Monday. It's been a day already for me. A lot of fun with Force Center. Thanks to those who watch Force Center live. I'll just say it. Honesty in broadcasting. I hit a bit of a panic attack today that hit during Force Center, and I got through it, but didn't get through it afterwards. And we're okay. No hospital trip needed. Perspective, thoughts, calm down, feet on the ground, outside, play with a doggy, and you move on. But that's just been kind of my day, and not all related. Not all related to stuff I've been going through with my job search and finances. Blah 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 blah. Not all related to the state of the world, but that's a thing too as well. Just some family health stuff going on. Everything. Just you ever have those moments? I think we all have those moments where it just squishes onto you. And I always want to be honest in that stuff, and I don't even find it ways to make it funny anymore, other than I do love being in my backyard going, there's a backyard camera. We have a Ring camera. Maybe I'll pull the footage to see if I can analyze what's there. But looking at the news doesn't help either. Though, we always try to find, we keep saying pinpricks of light. Speaking at a Trump rally gets you a big comedy deal with Netflix. I just saw that source or that news story. That's great. Love that. We got this situation. Situation is a polite way to talk about the Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil. I got an American tongue. Who was, part of Columbia University's encampment movement, and his arrest and detention by ICE, and a judge, temporarily blocked the efforts to deport him. I always say that might not be the final result, but I enjoy at any point a judge trips up the Trump administration, even just for a second. It's not necessarily a pinprick of light. The whole situation's pretty dark, but I like seeing that. So I'll take that. Yeah. David Mackay saying F Netflix. Later on in the show, I'll say the full word, but we got to get past the AI scrub on YouTube. And also, it's not like the biggest problem in the world by far, but Amazon and Bezos doing the full right lean at this point. No surprise there. But Amazon Prime streaming the Trump reality show, which I watched. I always said that's where I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons of the Trump reality show, The Apprentice. I bought some Trump ties. It was just, you bought into it, and it seemed harmless. This was years ago, and it was a character, and you thought he really was the greatest businessman in the world, and he is. The danger of him, I've always said, the danger of him is he can be charismatic. He can even be funny. He can be charming. Like that's the danger, right? That's the the problem. Often the ones we probably want as leaders aren't those things, and therefore can't rise to the position. That's part of the problem. So I own that. I watched the show religiously. I was a big fan of Survivor. And The Apprentice comes along, same producer, Mark Burnett, like, ooh, okay. Yeah, let's do it. You're fired. Like, oh, great. Let me get some Trump ties. Let me get some Trump steaks. He was a grifter then. He's a grifter now. We know this. But Amazon streaming it. And that's like I said, is that the biggest problem in the world? Is it a surprise? No, absolutely not. But I want to cut all this stuff. But just for your sanity, you need some entertainment. You got these choices. It's hard to be morally pure in this world, but also it's not when it comes to your capitalism. But also, it's not hard, and maybe those are some of the decisions to come to pass. Laserbolt says Netflix is the first one I cut when I need to save money. I got to be honest. I don't cut these things too much. The only thing I manage as a subscription, in terms of pausing and all the stuff, is like. YouTube Live. I do like having live TV because I'm an old guy. But during the NFL season, love that. I'll wait for NFL ticket to come down or the Sunday ticket to come down, and then but I can't do it anymore. So that's the only one I pause. But I think it's time to, it might be time to pause the other ones for finances and for the moral purity test because this is what they do. But it's tough, man. It's tough when we're just trying to survive and you just want to turn your brain off and. About 5 companies own things anyway, so it's fascinating to get through this all. Anyways, happy year for Monday. Monday we take calls, so if you want to call into the show. Jerry the Cannon Junkie is here. Jerry the Cannon Junkie, he's got me all excited for the new season of Righteous Gemstones. Speaking of shows to watch on a streaming service that who knows what the executives behind it are doing. Very excited about that return, the series finale this season. So I'm going to get to it. I'm a little behind. I didn't watch the last season of What We Do in the Shadows. I'm 4 episodes away from finishing Hacks, and you guys can make all your DS9 jokes here. That's a regular thing around here. I absolutely understand. We're going to get to it, but I'm working slowly through things. But I've been enjoying Hacks. 3rd season of Hacks is a little bit bigger and broader, but it's a series I love. And so from there, I'm going to slide into Righteous Gemstones, catch up with What We Do in the Shadows. Got some Expedition Bigfoot to catch up on, a show that I absolutely love, even though I think it's bonkers silly. That's part of the problem and part of the reason I enjoy watching it. So there you go. Lion King has waited on me as well. The White Lotus I never started, so at least that's the thing. If I don't start them, I don't have to keep up on them. Serenity Jane hasn't seen DS9 too. Miro, here's the update. Is Jared the TIE pilot is going to be on the show here shortly, calling into the program, and you too can call in. I'll tell you in a second if you haven't had a chance to yet. Jennifer says Brendan and I, her wonderful partner there, have chosen your DS9 episodes. Prepare. Oh, okay. Jen, when do you want to come on the show Thursday? If I do the show, some things in my life are up in the air. But when the next show, some point this week, maybe we'll do that. Maybe you come on and announce the episodes that I'm watching. Everyone's very happy. Everyone's very happy that you've done this here. So. Michael says, I didn't finish What We Do in the Shadows. This is when I take the jokes aside, there's a little bit of the jokes of, I haven't watched Deep Space Nine, just like I hadn't watched Ghostbusters, and it becomes like a bit, so it kind of becomes like part of my personality, right? Like eating crappy sandwiches at a gas station. I admit to that. It's fun. It's fun to keep the bit going. But there's also times where I just forget. I forget that I was watching things. I love What We Do in the Shadows. Love the show. I have absolutely forgot that a full season was out that I didn't watch. So the final season. So going to get to it. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. Okay. So let us. Here's hello there. James Holmes checking in for the UK while he's up. Still need to watch the last episodes of Better Call Saul. Just doesn't feel like it end well. Yeah, so there's a show I haven't watched, and Breaking Bad I haven't watched, and then I get a lot of tomatoes thrown at me. James, the update on you, James. Still waiting to get your book out. Okay, I was literally like, I gotta write this guy and let him know that it's happening, and I feel so bad. I'm gonna get on a steamship to the UK to deliver that book. So calls, if you want to call in, you know how to do it. Or if you don't, that's the point of me saying it. Become a YouTube channel member here, and you can also support on Patreon and get my radio show, get some comedy things, get some bonus material, more on the way. Patreon.com/Napzok, and you can also get to call in to the show here. The links are usually in the community tab. You got to refresh the ones on YouTube. Same links, but I got to refresh them there. But that's just some housekeeping. That's the boring part. Okay, so David Mackay's on my side too, or not on my side. He's with me. We're in the bucket. I'm behind on what we do in the shadows too. So that's all we can do. All right, we're gonna get to some calls, but first I got to do something important because I have not enough water left in this Blathering Live mug. That's some good water. We're gonna do a little bit of a food review here. Okay, I had to go get something at my local Dollar King. It is no longer just a Dollar King, but I like what they do over there. Okay, most of it, I'd say, is $1.50, 51 and higher. I was a little parched, running around doing some errands. So I went over, and I love going to a place like the Dollar King or a Dollar General or a gas station and finding a weird item, a beverage, something that's not like, we're not talking it's, a shrimp smoothie or something like that. But I picked up, this is from Parrot. The name of the company is Parrot. And it is Yugo de Mango con Pulpa. That means the juice of mango with pulp, right? I said that like I was from Northridge. And it's got sin in it here. It's got sin GMO. That means without it, I'm sure. Non-GMO. Here's the dumb me. I went to the side I struggled to read when I could have just gone to the American side. Mango juice drink with pulp from Parrot. Now I tried to look it up here a little bit. This is from Sun Hing Foods, based out of South San Francisco. It is also a product of Vietnam, stored in a cool, dry place. We're going to try to finish this drink. Calorie count's a little high, but I'm not going to hold that against it. Okay, absolutely not going to hold that against it. And I'm expecting. I've been drinking a lot of like aloe vera drinks lately. Little like fruit juices with like a little like, ooh, that's a surprise in your mouth. Ooh, that popped real good. So I'm thinking this is somewhat like that. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Mango pulp, little less appealing than the other pulps. Of all the pulps available in the world, mango pulp, though I love mangoes, seems the most thick. I don't know. So anyways, I don't know if you're supposed to shake it up here, but let's try this live on the air here. Doing food reviews again. I'm gonna get back. I finally got to get in my car and review that Double Dell cheeseburger for y'all. All right, here we go. Let's do a. Ooh, sir, is this vintage fine for you? Yeah, absolutely it is. Okay, let's do it. It might be like a Kern's. It smells like a Kern's nectar kind of drink. We might have some nectar of the gods or nectar of at least the mango here. Oh, exactly. Okay, that's solid. That's a solid drink. It's a little. Like if you're in a desert, it might not quench your thirst because it's got a strong consistency to it. Thick, slight motor oil feel, not taste. I want to give props to the Parrot folks at Parrot, to the fine folks at Parrot. This is a tasty beverage. But yes, if you had just run a marathon, this might replace some kind of proteins lost, but I don't think it's going to hydrate you. So we still are going to need some water. I might have to get my Chihuahua to run and get me water for the rest of the show. But this, I got to tell you what, I'm giving this a 3 out of 4 napkins, and that's a high because I'll tell you what, this is a drink, but it kind of comes across as a meal. And for that calorie count, I'm not even going to read it because I'm not going to make those calories tonight. I'm not going to be in my car most of the night. So maybe the anxiety, maybe the panic attack I had earlier in the day will take some of these calories off or equal it out, balance it out. All right, there you go. That's my live review of mango. A Parrot mango juice with pulp. The pulp's not dominating, which is a phrase I like saying. Okay, with that, let's get to some calls. Jared the Tide Pilot is waiting patiently to yell at me.
No, we celebrate tonight. Jen Morrow's coming through.
Celebrate.
I was just thinking,
good times.
when did this start? And this was like a year ago, and it started slowly with a simple question, I believe, on one of these things before I was calling in regularly. I left you a super chat where it was
Thanks
just Yep. I said I've never heard you say anything about Star Trek, and that's how it started,
Were
slowly
you
but surely.
were you suspicious? Were you like, man, I've listened to this guy in Force Center and Castle Talk and this show that I don't really know what it is. Like, what's he talking? And you're like, did it hit you? Did it suddenly dawn on you back then? Like, what
It,
was it?
it was a dawn on me thing, but not in like a bad way. I'm just like, I don't think I've ever heard him, even on Force Center, like do the classic comparison between the two sci-fis. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if he does actually watch it.
Yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna. The drink is great. Every time I take a sip, there seems to be some kind of metallic shard that emerges on the can. So, forget microplastics. Micro shards are going in me.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's a good observation. Like I said, I used to take part in the Star Trek, Star Wars battles back in high school. At a friend of mine, close friend at the time, we'd have a heated rivalry that occasionally got really nasty. If you're like do the old like you're joshing with your friends and suddenly like someone like crosses the line, he'd do that a lot about Star Wars. Steve, if you're out there, you're not. You're not. I remember those times. We had a good time. So yeah. Anyways, I think we'll get there. Okay. I appreciate you, but we'll get there.
Yeah. See. Keep up your dreams, kids. But anyways,
what's on your mind today?
So, all right. Back to Game of Thrones, people.
Okay. I love this.
So, I was looking this. So, we have had 13 named swords/bladed weapons between HOD and GOT. I will need you to pick 2. One for yourself and one for Grace. Figure we throw her into the sword fighting mix since she is actually trained.
She's actual trained broadswords person. Okay, all right. So 13.
Yep, I've got a list here if you need it.
Okay, yes, please. Yes, it's been a bit.
So all right. There's Blackfire, Dark Sister, Dawn, Heart Eater.
Oh yeah,
Heartsbane.
That little shit Ice. Sword. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Ice. Lightbringer.
Oh yeah.
Lion's Tooth.
Who's Lion's Tooth?
That was the sword in episode 2, season 1 that Joffrey had that got thrown into the river by Arya.
Oh yeah, little shit. Okay.
Yep. Longclaw. Yep.
Longclaw. Okay.
Needle. Oathkeeper.
Yeah. Yep.
Widow's Wail. And then the non-sword was Cat's Paw Dagger.
Right. That is good. Okay, so I'm looking up. Yeah. So you want me to pick one for myself and one for my fiance Grace? Is that the rules here?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna hold. I don't know where I'm gonna go quite yet, but without a doubt, Grace gets Dark Sister. There's no other way. This is going back to Visenya. There's no other way. There's other great options here. She's a fan of Brienne. She's a fan of Jon Snow. All those things. But ice. She could probably handle ice better than me. But Dark Sister. There's no way she'd turn down a sword named Dark Sister. It's a goth sword. It is a goth sword in a world that's goth.
It is. I figured it was either going to be that one or Blackfire for her.
Blackfire is a good option there. Good
Dark
option.
Sister, yeah.
Yeah, for me, Lightbringer is an option. I've always enjoyed the idea behind that. It is a sort of legend, but and my guy Stannis holding what like the replica version. I like falling for it, and maybe that's what. At the end of the day, I don't have the full size replica, but the only sword in my collection is a letter opener that is Longclaw. I love Jon Snow. I love everything about him with that sword. I love Jeor Mormont and the Mormonts. Everything about it. Everything about it. I love the scene I love him kind of trying to return it, and Jorah going, "Nah, I didn't earn this. No, it's not mine." So Longclaw is my answer. It seems like I want to try to be cute, Jared, but that's the answer.
I mean, hey, sometimes you just like vanilla ice cream, and that's okay.
Okay. Ouch. Okay. Look, if that's vanilla ice cream, it is covered in sprinkles of marshmallows and moxie. So I stand by
It's top notch vanilla. This isn't lower
It's
them
like a
on.
Breyers. It's not like a Kroger. It's a Breyers.
Exactly. Yeah, we
Okay.
got this some name brand shit going on here.
Vermont Mike says something that I really actually kind of agree with. Lightsabers need names too. I could get behind that idea. I know Jedi would say the immediate argument is, yeah, Jedi aren't attached to things and you want to form attachments. But the High Republic, some of the early stuff kind of dealt with wrestling with that, with ships and pets and all those kind of things. But I could get behind it. Because you could approach. Yeah, you could approach it in a way that it isn't like I'm not naming this because I want this in my life forever, but I'm naming it to honor what it does because the kyber crystals are kind of, living. They connect to you, so I think it's an honoring of the connection, not an attachment. So I like the idea.
That would be a fun Force Center question. I feel like, what
Mm-hmm.
Jedi do you think quietly, probably to themselves, because of that overall thought,
Yeah.
named their lightsabers? You know,
Well, you know where to
you
ask
know,
that question. You know where to pose that question.
exactly.
I want to get your answer on your swords, but Serenity Jane just does say, "Hey, Kroger is fine too." Serenity Jane, I've had more Kroger ice cream in my life than Breyers. If it's $2.99 a carton, I'm going for it. I don't need the highfalutin stuff. I just need the sugar high. So I'm right there with you. All right. Jared, I'm not letting you get away with this. I want your at least top 3 swords.
Oh, my top 3. Well, I'm with you. I'm with Grace on this one. Dark Sisters, that's a
Mm-hmm.
pretty epic one. I
Yeah.
also like the simplicity of Dawn, and
Mm.
that
Mm-hmm.
it was a well-made sword in the hands of a absolute sword god.
Yes. Yes.
and and then lastly, just for the kind of sword play I like to do, I like needle. Something quick, something pokey. You can be finessey with it.
Are we
You
are
know,
we talking we're talking about swords? We talking about
yeah,
swords? Okay.
yeah. You leave
Okay.
needle out of this. Needle is a good sword. Needle got work done.
I'm just talking about where did the conversation seem to go away a direction I wasn't prepared to go. I like swordplay. I like swordplay, and I like the little swords.
You you
But
see all the lightsabers and an actual sword back there. Come
you
on,
do.
you dirty
I
boy.
You dirty, dirty boy. I do love needle, and it's. I'm with you actually. I'm not being a trained a sword fighter there at all, like my fiance. I definitely would probably be able to handle the little thing just a little bit better. I'd be like Carl Tanner of Gin Alley, just ting, 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 and then I die,
I
There,
mean, it is
wonderful
Game of
stuff.
Thrones.
It is
Always,
Game of
always.
Thrones indeed. But that's it. That's my answer. Dark Sister for her, Long Claw for me, and I stand by it. I stand by it.
It's a good one. It's a good one. All right, my
Uh,
friend. You
Good
feel
stuff.
better. Keep
I will.
breathing. Keep
Breathing.
living. We love
2
you.
feet on the ground. Thank you, Jay. We
All
love you
right.
too. All
Stay
right.
safe. Later.
See, there you go. There you go. All right. Love that call. Love that stuff. Laserbolt has some ice cream insights. Says I worked at an ice cream factory during college. Ice cream before it's frozen is amazing. I've seen some of the footage on some kind of thing and documentary or news reel footage, B-roll, and yeah, I think I need to not have too many visuals of ice cream before it becomes ice cream. It's not quite chicken McNuggets before they become whatever they are, but it's a little too much behind the scenes for me. I just like the way it is served. Wrist shot with a great one here. Glamdring and Long Claw's my favorite. Also, Rindon from Narnia. Oh yeah. That's a good spot. I don't know the names of Narnia all the time, but I did read those books as a kid. Very important to me. So I love that as well. I love a good name sword. I love a good name sword, which might be part of my attachment issue. But I agree the Jedi maybe would want to not have you name your lightsaber, but it's a good question. We'll bring that up on Force Center. There you go. The Sword of Omen, says Brendan Casey. And then this is why I love doing the show. We can talk about swords. Brendan checking in on Facebook, the Sword of Omens, and then we can talk about ice cream. Soft ice cream, the best. Vermont Mike, not wrong there too. I mean, look, I don't think I've turned down ice cream other than specific flavors. Conversation we can have. Rocky Road, nothing with nuts, almonds, peanuts. Get that out of there. Peanuts I could take maybe, but I don't like that kind of crunch in my soft ice cream or my ice cream of any kind. But a good old soft serve. I'm a pretty messy eater, and it's always a wild adventure of can I finish the cone in time, and then how graphic does it become as I try to lick the bottom of the ice cream shaft to get it to stop. It's a journey with me, especially if I'm at Disneyland, which was one day. I just remember being in the Radiator Springs line with a friend of mine. We went to Disneyland, and she got a soft serve cone, no problems, dignified, elegant even. Me, it was all down my hand, and I didn't have enough napkins. And here I am, just cut like a 5-year-old, And there's not much I can do. We got some more calls lined up. And Cameron says, I took a call for 5 minutes. Now haircut is looking at the bottom of beep, beep, beep. You got to get in there. You got to get in there. So we're going to get some calls. We got Brennan lined up. We got Cam calling in here. We got Cam Stewart in chat. We got Cam Hass here on the here on the show. Jerry, the Cannon Junkie says ice cream shaft is my new punk band. All right, Jerry, I gotta hold on. Jerry, you're getting an email invite. I want to get ice cream thoughts from you. I just got to remember, where's the last time I emailed Jerry? Oh no, you know what it is? I think I've always answered or emailed to the bomb bag. Okay, Jerry, I know you never check I know Scotty checks it, but I'm sending a link to you and Scotty, the bomb badcast. You want to talk ice cream? I figured you guys might have some good, insightful talking points on how to devour ice cream cones and go from the bottom. All right, we have got Jerry says you can send it there. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the last time I said something to the Bombadcast, Scotty was like, Jerry, I don't even think that's the password. All right, I'm making those words up. All right, on the show now is our buddy Brennan, Mystical Mar.
Hello.
Brennan, I know dairy and you don't mix, so I know ice cream maybe not in the cards, but have you had some non-dairy ice cream? I like a lot of non-dairy treats. What do you got?
I'm trying to find the right one.
It's hard.
For it.
It's hard to accept the vegan ice creams. There's some great ones out there. First, much like Yoda would tell you, you have to unlearn what you've learned about ice cream. It is something entirely different. You have to learn to crave whatever that is as opposed to what ice cream is.
Yeah, I so wish that my stomach could handle the real deal. But,
I feel you. But from ice cream talk, to what's on your mind tonight, let us know, Brennan.
I do have Andoril on my wall. Andoril, the Flame of the West.
That is a great sword.
Forged from the shores of North Hill.
I love everything about it. That scene in Return of the King. Oh, when he's up there with Aragorn, given the sword. Love that scene. Speaks to me.
And my answer would be Needle, only because Arya's a little psychopath, and I love her for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Needle is so perfect for her because her goal is to stick him with the pointy end, and she doesn't need something that you can see. She doesn't need something that you can expect coming. She needs to wield it in the shadows, and that's a perfect sword for her. And it's got a pointy end.
I mean, Maisie Williams can do no wrong. Let us be clear.
We are clear indeed.
Yes. So I have to ask the big question.
Big question.
The biggest of all. The earth-shattering question.
Oh my gosh.
Ketchup on scrambled eggs or no?
Ketchup on scrambled eggs. Brennan, this is a great question. For all of my life, I was a big ew, no. Now, hot sauce on eggs, love it. Tabasco, something even spicier than that, I go for it all the time. But maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, I was at a diner, as I often am, and I remember some of the ketchup on my hash browns got onto my eggs, and I went, ew, but I tried it, and I was like, oh, I've been wrong my entire life. Now, I don't do it regularly. I prefer the Tabasco and the hot sauce. But my mind's been changed.
Okay. All right. I know that's definitely, it's quite a discussion. Yeah, I am definitely a ketchup on scrambled eggs.
It's just, I don't even know how, look, I don't even really know what ketchup really is. It's tomatoes and sugar and salt. I get it. But it's much like the mystery of ice cream and chicken McNuggets. I don't want to know how we got here. But I love that it hey, let's combine these two items, and it becomes a staple. Fascinating.
I mean, if it's a fried egg, then there's no way I'm putting ketchup on that.
Yeah, see, and I got to tell you, I don't do the fried eggs much. I'm okay with it. If you put a fried egg in front of me, I'm not going to turn it down. But I am from childhood till now, I am a scrambled egg kid. I eat like a 5-year-old. That's what it is.
Well, how do you usually get your fried eggs?
I don't. I mean, I don't.
Are you easy?
No, yeah. I mean,
or not really.
Yeah, it would be like if I have to eat a fried egg, it's because it was served to me against my will. It was not a choice. No waiter asked me.
Guy.
Big scrambled egg has to be.
Yeah, to me, fried eggs are good. No, I wouldn't put ketchup on fried eggs.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would work, huh?
But like hot sauce.
Yes.
That I'd do that. Yeah.
No, it's yeah, you've got to find the right mix. A little habanero sauce too. I got, spicy doesn't always work with me, but
something like that.
Yeah. Spicy doesn't always work with me, but I crave it. I do crave it, especially on hash browns. I'm a hash brown guy. I try not to be sometimes. I try to be a little, I don't even know, healthy is the word, but not eat things that are as heavy. But I do like that. Well, you've raised a very important question today, Brendan, and I really appreciate it.
That's all I got.
It was big. It was a big call, Brendan. Big call. It's, dare I say, a home run of a call.
Like I said, it's a little psycho, but, we love for it.
Yes, we do. As always, Brendan, thank you for asking the important questions.
Oh, yes, of course.
Brendan Mystical-Mar, everybody, check it in. Check out his podcast, Page Turners They Were Not. Okay. We're gonna jump line. Cam, you wait. Cam, okay, give me a thumbs up there that you're gonna wait. Okay, you were next in line, but I gotta get this guy thinks he's important. In fact, he's so important he gets the camera. Jerry the Cannon Junkie is here from the Bombad cast. I don't know if, quite frankly, don't care if Scotty shows up. Let's be honest.
But Scotty kind of just like worms his way into anything these days. Scotty's all over the place, right?
Into conventions.
Scotty's on the roster for Japan, like for Star Wars Celebration Japan. So he's fine. He's already self-important. It's fine, like we both are the most important podcasters in the Star Wars space who also talk about eggs.
We are the most respectable bearded podcasters around. That's us. I
say so. Scotty's got the good stash.
He's got the stash, but you could tell on that flyer for his wonderful panel he's going to have at Star Wars Celebration Japan. He's got a suit jacket on, and you can tell he feels he's important.
Oh yeah, no. Listen. I'm telling you, every time I'm actually like in the same physical space as that man, I'm just like he's constantly like, here, hold my jacket. Will you hold my jacket? Will you hold my handkerchief? And I'm like, who carries I don't know if I don't know if I can curse it or not.
I think we're past these.
Okay. Well, who carries a fucking handkerchief anymore anyway? Come on. Like, what is this? The 1920s?
Yeah. With that, and you know what? I guarantee you, when Scotty
hay fever.
Yeah. Are you going to Japan with him, or is it just him?
I am not. I'm not.
So you're like me. Okay.
Oh yeah. So listen. So me and you could just like we'll meet in like I don't know what's the closest point between us. We'll meet in Colorado and call it good. Maybe it's Colorado. Maybe it's Oklahoma. I'm not sure where.
There was a geography. There was a great Italian restaurant I was at in Oklahoma City once, and I wanted to go back.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Final thought on Scotty. This is why I'm glad you're not going to Japan, and I'm not going to Japan this year for Star Wars Celebration. The moment he lands, he's going to take off his travel fanny pack, because I know he has one, and he's going to ask someone around him to hold it.
Yeah, he said, would you please hold on to my chapstick for me?
Yes.
Like, don't use it. He's going to say, but he doesn't ever share. He doesn't ever share the chapstick.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Scotty, one of the least generous people in this world. That's what I'll tell you.
God damn it, do I love him? So,
God damn it, is he the best? All right. So I brought you on for egg talk, ice cream talk. I want your quick to Brennan's question. Are you an egg guy? Are you a ketchup on egg guy? Hot sauce? Nothing. Avoid it. Scrambled, fried. Take me through your egg process.
Egg guy, yes. Ketchup, hell no.
Okay.
Have I tried? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have a feeling that because I'm a very I describe myself as coming from a long line of proud buffet people.
Oh
And
yeah, Jerry the Cannon Junkie of the buffet people. Yes.
Yes, of the buffet. Yeah. We come from a long line of country buffet eaters in my area. There was to say, look, oh no, they big buffet has caught my camera feed there for a second. Oh my god,
plug it in.
Yeah, but okay, so do I don't know. Like I have a cast iron stomach. I like to say.
Really?
Would I try it and be okay? Probably. Would I do it for every meal? No, I wouldn't put the ketchup on there. But to answer your question, on how I like my eggs, I go through phases. Right now, I'm kind of in an over hard phase, right? Where I like a little bit of yolk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, like just like a little. I like it to be a little hard, but still a little like mushy too. Sometimes in there, that yolk. You know what I'm saying? This is getting sensual.
Hard but mushy is quite frankly how I
hard but mushy.
Want a lot of things
over mushy. You go to a restaurant and order your eggs over mushy.
Over mushy.
And see what they do.
I love as a buffet guy from a long line of buffeters, you probably appreciate eggs that scrambled eggs that stay stuck together in brick form that come out with a spoon and don't break apart until you do it with a fork.
So scrambled is that's my OG. Okay. Scrambled was my what do you call it when you like that's what I used to do all the time, you know, because I swear to God, my mother made the best scrambled eggs, like of all time. Haven't quite gotten there with mine, but I think everyone's mom, think that your mother made the best scrambled eggs and stuff.
My dad, through the 2000s.
My dad made a mean one too.
My dad was really good, and he makes great hash browns too from scratch. Gets the potatoes all going because he did that in the Navy. But he would be requested by the local church to come make us scrambled eggs en masse, and that's how you know. That's how you know you're good. If you are enlisted by the local men of the cloth. To come and just people of the cloth to come and scramble the eggs there. Yes,
it's in
a giant abundance of eggs. If your eggs make people say praise Jesus, you got good eggs. And my dad,
I was gonna say you've been blessed by the Lord of eggs. Absolutely, biblical. That's right. What's you want me to want me to talk about my ice cream? What kind of ice cream thoughts? We're talking about ice cream shafts and stuff like that.
I wanted to talk a little bit about maybe how you approach eating an ice cream cone. But before we get there, we're jumping to where we.
Sorry, I didn't mean to program your show for you.
No. I brought you on for this, but now that you're here, I must say. I want to talk a little bit about the buffets. Years ago, I used to do a podcast series called Hot Sizzler Nights, which I would take a guest or two across the street at the time to a Sizzler, which is now a dentist's office, which is really weird because they didn't change the building. They were just like, what would go in this Sizzler? A dentist's office. We would get a all-you-can-eat salad bar buffet, and then we'd come back and record a podcast about it.
Right.
If anyone knows the Wangers, this is the story that's true that Cody Hall almost exploded from all sides at my podcast studio table after he had the Sizzler. But talking about buffets, so I am a man of the buffet as well.
Yes.
How do you approach it? What are the themes at stake there for you as an eater, as a storyteller on your plate? How do you approach this all-you-can-eat buffet?
I am an artist. I am an artiste when it comes to this, and my palette is mainly brown. Yes.
But such a dazzling, vibrant color too.
Right. It's just there's so many different shades. There's tan, khaki, like bracken brown, which is the literal name of the color my parents painted their walls. That was the name of the paint swatch was bracken brown. What the hell even is that? No one knows. But
no one knows.
No one knows, but they love it. They love it in the South. Any mom who has a haircut that looks like they used to be in the band Under Oath.
Sure.
They those the Tammy haircuts, that It's like long on the sides and short in the back and stuff. I had one of those haircuts back when I was in all my punk bands and stuff like that. But they love a bracken brown. And to bring it back around to the
please.
I tell you what I love to go to, and my family goes nuts for, and they were excited for the 3 months that this restaurant existed in my town. I live in Michigan up here, Holland, Michigan. Don't come looking for me.
Don't come.
You know, and dox myself. They love, and we love a. Don't judge if you want, actually. Golden Corral. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's because we never had one close to our house. We went to a place called Ryan's, which honestly,
I love regional restaurants like this.
I'm more of a local place than I think it was a chain, but it was like small. And they had like the dedicated meat carver and stuff like that. They had the several different kinds of soups.
That's classy though.
Classy as hell. I'm telling you, it was like, I mean, this was if you went there on a on a Sunday morning after church, you know, it was a 30-minute drive to this place from you know, where we lived, but we made the trek because it was worth it to walk up to that man carving this honey ham and being like, give me 2 slices, please. Give me 2,
please.
Give me 2.
Give me 2.
Give me like with 2 loaves, 2 fishes. Give me 2 slices of that. Give me 2 slices of that honey baked ham, my friend.
Give a man some ham, he'll eat for a day. Teach him to carve, he'll eat for a lifetime. That's what I think. That's what I think they say. So keep going through this process. As you age, do you find that you sometimes can't take on the buffet like you used to? Because that was I was in Vegas. This was years ago. I was in Vegas with a friend, and we went to the Riviera when it was still there. That's how long ago it was. Went to the Riviera buffet, and I thought, this is my dream. And I got 1 plate in, and I was done. Really? Son. It was disappointing.
I don't last as long as I used to as you get older. Take it as you will. You know, you get more experience, you get more strategiget. This can apply to many different things as you get older, right? You know, of course.
Trust me.
You get more strategic. You get that first piled plate, right?
Yes.
What I found this because what I go to the majority of now that is a buffet near me, that's how the French say it, is there's a local Chinese buffet called this is the actual name, walk in, walk out.
So it's not you being offensive on a podcast.
No, it's
You're
not me.
They named
they named it. I just go there because it's down the
I thought this was going to be an old Shane Gillis clip. I thought we were going to have some problems, but
Oh my God, no! Please don't even get me started. I couldn't even finish that episode of SNL a couple weeks ago. But anyway, no, you get more strategic, right? You get more. I'm not able to just like go up and like pile like 3 plates. Like I used to be able to pile 3 plates, and I look like I probably could still pile 3 plates, you know. But it's not as. You slow down. Your metabolism isn't there, you know. When you gotta realize, I'm gonna regret this. Later. This is not going to be a fun time, and so I got to make sure that I am not making myself miserable, right? But I will say real quick, you did mention Las Vegas buffets. The best buffet I've ever been to in my entire life was in one of the Hiltons, not one on the Strip. Not the one on the Strip. There's like one off the Strip that we stayed at whenever I went with my church friends,
of course,
to preach a gospel meeting in Petaluma, California, home of George Lucas at the time. His grandmother lived there, and on the way back, we all stayed at this Hilton and stuff, and a few of us went to that buffet, and oh my Lord, sweet Lord, that was some of the best. That was the food that they serve in heaven, actually.
That's what they give
the Pope, right? Like that's what they give him, you know.
When he gets to heaven, hello, Saint Benedict, Pope Benedict the 16th, you get to come this way, sir. Here's your VIP pass.
Would you like some 5 cheese lasagna? You know,
it's open at 7 a.m.
As well as popcorn shrimp.
My favorite Vegas buffet is at the Gold Coast Casino. I used to go every year for the Cauliflower Alley Club Wrestling Alumni Association, and it was a happening, man. I went there like for 7 straight years to the event. Only once did I go to the buffet because it was such a happening every morning. And let me tell you something. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but you don't know what it's like to wait for a buffet behind Greg the Hammer Valentine. It's something special. When you got big old JR Jim Ross coming, hey Greg, you want to get me a seat? Like you're in heaven. You're in buffet heaven, and it was good. Right. It was an experience.
That sounds beautiful, honestly. Like it sounds
it was beautiful.
I love this. I want
to get your ice cream thoughts. I love that you come from buffet family, but I have to share this. This was sent to you and I the entire time that you and I were having this conversation. It's not formatted properly for this thing, but this is what I was staring at. It's almost like Scotty is here right now. We could, in fact, talk to Scotty if we wanted to.
This is exactly what it's like to be on the air with Scotty. It's just this.
It's exactly this. Hey, Scotty, how do you feel about your scrambled eggs? Do you love shoving these hard, mushy things in your mouth? Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite the answer.
Oh, you hold my chapstick? Oh no. That's my best Scotty.
That's an excellent Scott. That's a Scotty J. Rowe to a T. And there he is, slowly working that frozen red tip as he it takes in this episode.
Oh, it gets redder and redder, man.
It really does. I didn't even plan this. This formatting worked perfectly for what we got going on here. Okay, final thoughts here. I do have some calls waiting.
I gotta get. I know I jumped the line. My apologies.
No, yeah.
Thank you to everyone who allowed me to come on here and get out these very pressing thoughts.
This is important stuff. We've done the good work tonight. Cam said he's okay. Cal has written you a threatening letter, but he'll get in.
I'll get my address on IR. Yeah, it's fine.
Fine. Well, he knows where to find you. Definitely, at least in the city.
Find me at Walk and Walk Out. Every other Friday.
Do you have a hot take? We'll just start with soft serve ice cream versus good old fashioned ice cream. Where do you go?
Soft serve versus honestly.
Oh
no! The format does work perfectly. Honestly, I became Scotty for half a second.
Here, we could do this. We could do this.
Real now. Hold on.
Oh no! Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, gotta get jealous. And again, apologies to everyone in line.
No, this is why
I'm not apologizing.
No, this is why I want. This show is live and unhinged is what the advertisement should say.
Yeah. Oh, we are unhinged then. Yeah, you're getting what's advertised then for sure.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So Jerry, the ice cream conversation almost doesn't matter at this point. But I got it.
The buffet one does. The buffet one does.
First of all, I watched the opening 20 minutes of you guys broadcasting from a car and an Applebee's, and
Scotty was in a car. I never broadcasted when I was driving. I just went.
Scotty was in a car.
40s in Michigan. So, I was not broadcasting while driving.
If anyone out there did not watch the Bombad cast, the most unhinged Star Wars podcast ever, did broadcast from an Applebee's, which Jerry placed an order live on the air. And Scotty, eventually, did you get to a restaurant?
Yes, I did. I got the Chili's on Miller.
Chili's. I'm not going to say this worked, but it was the greatest broadcasting I've ever seen.
See, there you go.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, that's all we do is just write gold checks and just like give it to everybody like all the time.
That's what we do.
That's it.
That's what we do.
Kim, all right, I have a great buffet story.
Buffet story. Hit me, Scotty.
Here I am, a child, not of the 80s, but a child who was obsessed with 80s culture on Kiss Cruise 11. As anyone doesn't know, I am a part of the Kiss Navy. So here I am.
Did Paul Stanley wear that? Did Paul Stanley wear that hat?
How does the Kiss Navy salute, by the way? How's the Kiss Navy salute? That's what I want to know.
With terrible tattoos. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's more of a anyway.
That's accurate.
So here I am, and the night before, I had just saw a band that meant the world to me when I was a middle schooler. It was Winger.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Winger. I'm sorry. It was Warrant.
Oh, wow.
No.
Okay.
I saw on that cruise alone, I saw Warrant, and I saw who's the band with David Lynch as the guitarist, not the David Lynch who passed away that Joseph Scrimshaw loves.
George
Lynch Mob.
George Lynch and the Lynch Mob.
Yes, George Lynch. What band was he in? Okay, regardless.
Mhm.
Here I am, Dawkin. That's it. Here I am.
Dawkin?
Here I am, Dawkin.
Dawkin.
And I'm waiting in line. And I see a very tall, fat old man stumbling towards the buffet line on the Kiss cruise, getting his breakfast buffet scrambled eggs. And lo and behold, it is Don Dawkin, this man that I used to watch as a child with fascination. Like, wow, this is a great singer. And he's doing, dude, Kenny's doing the walk. He's doing the he's doing the walk.
The scrambled egg walk.
You got any sausages? Yeah. When were those sausages last cooked? Where they've been sitting here for hours?
Literally. And I saw
Dawkin.
I saw Paul Stanley get ice cream from the soft serve machine and just watch it.
That's wild.
It's just bizarre. It's a weird, bizarre universe.
That is the most like bizarre thing ever.
I've mentioned this here just a couple weeks ago. I've mentioned before. It's one of the only stories I have to tell. But being at the solo premiere, they had a buffet at the solo premiere. So the whole thing, unlike other, like Last Jedi was regular and then the VIP side, and of course I was at the VIP side because, you know, Disney pays our checks. We literally snuck in with Mark Hamill's kid. He wasn't even on the list. But at the solo premiere, it was all VIP, and they had a fucking buffet, which was great. And so I always tell the story of how I legitimately passed Emilia Clarke. We had our moment that only I remember, and then I went back to get food. And I was behind Lawrence fucking Kasdan in the tri-tip line. And here in my head, like, I'm like, this dude is responsible for expanding one of my favorite characters and creating one of my, is this my moment? And I just look over and he's just like, one, two. And I'm like, oh, that's the most normal dad ever. I can't bother him because he's just like, tri-tip, more tri-tip, get some beans. I'm like, I can't. He's at a buffet. You don't talk to anyone when we're at a buffet. You let Don Dawkin be Don. He's Donnie in that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, there's such a purity to someone getting food. Like your vulnerability is at its most high, but most importantly, you do become a person in that moment. You're just hungry. You're weighing out your options. I think buffets are one of the more sacred restaurant experiences you can have because you can take someone there and like you could pay for their meal and they get like half a plate and that's it. And you're kind of like, I just spent like $23 on like, you know what I mean?
But it's why I did Hot Sizzler Nights, and not every guest fully experienced it. Whereas, like, you have in front of you a bunch of choices, and much like, you know, Joseph Scrimshaw and I talking themes in Star Wars, we have our own personal themes. How you make your plate? Do you just stick with the salad first? Does the mac and cheese go next to the enchiladas? Like, you have so many options in front of you that says so much about you in that moment. I do think it's sacred, and it needs to be studied more.
It does. I honestly, if I have to do a thesis, it'll be on that. What do you go for first?
On that.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Florians. We're just going to talk about that at my panel.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 That is it. All right. This has been great. Love you. We solved some things here. Scotty, you know, we're having fun with you here, though I'm pretty sure you do have a travel fanny pack. Is that true?
I go grab it. I mean, you want me to get it?
Look.
He's gonna grab his fanny.
As they say, giggity. Game recognizes game. About 2 years ago, I added a fanny pack to my travel, and it's life changing. It's life changing, everybody.
I will admit I have one. It's hanging up in my coat closet right now. Actually,
there you go.
Good.
All right. Final thoughts from you boys here. I really appreciate this. What's coming up next in the Bombad Cat? Are you going to broadcast from like a gas station bathroom? Like, what are we doing?
That's next.
I mean, it's
No,
coming eventually.
we got Kara DJ. For those that don't know,
Yes.
Kara DJ is the person that makes these wonderful fanzines that has been documenting all the Star Wars celebrations since '99, and she's like it's absolutely amazing. Like they break down the passes, all of it, how it looks, why it's significant. I mean, this is like a 15-page fanzine. So that is coming up. You can follow her at In a Larger World Project. That's what our page is, and she'll be on our show this
Look
Thursday.
at that.
But yeah, thanks, Ken. Glad we can come by and share stories.
Thank you. I'll stop by too.
The egg talk. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. I'll tell you what. Let's all make sure at one point we get to a buffet together.
Oh,
I like it. I'm in.
We'll document it. All right, Jerry, Scotty, Bombadcast. Check them out, friends. Bye, boys.
Bye.
All right, there you go. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna let Scotty linger there. I'm gonna let him linger there. All right, bye. Get out of there. All right. This has been fun. We got sports with Steve, but I got calls waiting to happen because Cam has been so patient. Cam, you're an absolute angel. Okay, you're an absolute angel.
Well, Ken, I realized last week I jumped in here way too late, and so I felt bad. I feel like I've been taking up the spot, but I have no problem waiting, and that was a great 10 minutes. If it's well worth the sacrifice.
You were counting. That's the important thing to know. You were counting how much I'm wasting your time. Yeah. Okay. No. Call in whenever, Cam. You're never in position here. But what's on your mind? And do you have thoughts on ice cream, buffet, eggs, ketchup? Where do you go?
Well, buffets were kind of killed by COVID in my area here in Ontario.
This is true.
So I felt bad for Jerry's long line of ancestors there because COVID was not good to them.
It was not.
For sure.
It made people wary of buffets.
For sure. Buffets are still incredible. I have my best memories. My mom was a PSW growing up, so my grandma would babysit me a lot. My mom did a lot of like in-house stuff, so weird hours. So I would go with my grandma to King's Buffet is the big buffet chain we have here in Ontario.
Okay.
I don't know if they have those in the States or not, but
I've heard of them. Or there might have been a one-off near us in Burbank when I was there for Collider.
Okay.
And it went away, but I remember seeing something like that. But it could be a coincidence.
The chocolate fountain from there was a favorite of mine as a young kid. And to combine the topics here, they had Spider-Man ice cream at the King's Buffet that I would attend.
Okay.
Spider-Man ice cream is like a bubblegum and cotton candy mix kind of, or I might be butchering that. It's been a while, but
that sounds right.
That's my best buffet story. The one thing you said that really I was annoyed at myself for not calling in when you were talking some wrestling last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big wrestling fan. I watched AEW's pay-per-view of Revolution last night.
Okay.
It was a really, really great show.
That's what I heard.
And I've been watching some 1990s WCW for the first time. I've been watching all the Nitros.
Yes, they put it up on the vault, right? The WCW. They launched the WCW vault essentially.
Yes, so I've been watching a bunch. I'm about a year in, and I just actually watched Greg the Hammer Valentine was main eventing Nitros in 1996. If you can believe it.
I actually can't, and I was there. I was watching the stuff, but yes.
I think it was a match against Macho Man Randy Savage. It wasn't the best. Okay, let's just say that.
Okay, before the NWO really got cooking. Yeah,
I want to hear some wrestling stories that you had because I know you've worked in the business. I didn't know if you had any stories you wanted to share, and I wanted to give you that platform now. I'm definitely all ears.
Sure, I love talking the old wrestling stories. I mean, I miss doing it on a regular basis. My big primetime era was 2010 to 2014. Where I helped run Millennium Pro Wrestling with our owner, Lethal Logan X, and my buddy Dan Farron, who was the face commissioner of it. Then Johnny LaQuasto came in for a while. MPW has the distinction of being the first ever wrestling show that Kathy Kelly attended. It actually came out. We were friends with Ryan Katz and that whole crew, and she had been working with him at AfterBuzz, and she was a wrestling fan at this time, but that was her first time. She came out ringside, and I have footage of her. I was messaged her about a year ago. I think I have the footage, and she wanted me to dig it up. So that was some of the things around it during that era. I was also involved in 2001, 2002 range, which was an interesting, fascinating range because we had on our shows Samoa Joe, Spanky, Brian Kendrick, Adam Pierce, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian but first worked in the ring together in MPW. The first ever wrestler booked for the main event of MPW's first show was the prototype John Cena, booked for about $25. Then he had to pull out the last minute because Rick Bassman, who ran UPW, was like, "Nah, we got to deal with WWE now. You can't do it." And they replaced him. They went from Frankie Kazarian versus John Cena. It went to a Adam Pearce, Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel coming in, and that's where they kind of all started work together in the ring for the first time. So I have a lot of stuff like that.
Awesome.
I got horror stories. I got concussions. I got chair hits. I got me getting slapped by Sunny in the ring, and then she fell because she might have been not focused, shall we say, and blamed it on me, and had a lot of stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm always up for a story. I just need to know where to go. If you ever have a specific question, I'll answer it.
Oh, I'm Samoa Joe's my favorite wrestler of all time. Christopher Daniels right there as well. Who just seemed to be wrapping up his career in AEW just recently.
Yep.
Big fans of both those guys, man. Just
Joe, I didn't have a lot of interaction with Joe when I got there 2001 or 2, when the wrestling locker room pecking order, you know your place, and you know who not to kind of not speak to in a bad way. Like Joe had a good reputation, but like he was an intimidating dude, like in a good way, just like quiet, matter of fact, loved the business. There was a late wrestler since passed away that a lot of people looked up to and were just trained by, named Hardcore Cincinnati Red, and he would work matches with him, and it was fascinating to watch them work. We had Super Dragon versus Low Key in one of the main events.
wow.
Low Key's reputation is earned in many different directions. I'll just say that.
Sure. And
then when MPW shut down the first time in around 2002, a core group of about 6 wrestlers were like, "What do we do now?" And they launched a company, and they were going to call it MPW 2.0-ish, something like that. And they changed it, and they decided to call it Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Is that what became PWG?
Yeah. Scott Lost,
Wow.
Joey Ryan, Super Dragon, Excalibur, that whole kind of crew, Rising Sun, rest in peace, and Disco Machine, maybe. They all had come from Rev Pro, Revolutionary Pro Wrestling, and they were working for us. And then they were like, "What do we do now? Let's start our own." And that kind of became PWG.
I honestly could talk your ear off about this for a couple hours, but I'm sure not everyone has the same patience for that. So thank you for that.
I appreciate it, Cam. No, anytime you get a question, specific thing, I'm happy to answer it. I loved it. I miss the business, but also don't. I didn't get deep into it.
Right.
I was a manager, behind the scenes type of guy, and it was a lot of fun. I could cut a good promo, and that was about the extent of it. I was probably a little bit out of. The era of managers had long since passed on a big level, so I didn't think there was a way forward. But it was a lot of fun, man. A lot of stories.
That's awesome, Ken. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, and have a great rest of your day, man.
Thank you, Cam, for checking in. Appreciate that. Cam, everybody, you can call into the show, too, by becoming a channel member or support at patreon.com/Napzok. I appreciate all of you who hang out with me. Love my regulars. Love the food voices, the new voices. My food was in my mind. I just thought we got to do another good, bad food soon. We got to do that. We kind of did one today. Today's entire episode was good, bad food. All right, we got a couple calls here lined up. I'll be here for a few more minutes, but I do. All right, I don't always want to keep Cal to the end. It's not fair to Cal. Cal, do you want to wrap up the show? Give me a thumbs up, or do you want to come in now before sports? Give me a thumbs up if you want to come in now. He's saying no. He's saying no. I love that. Vermont Mike has a great question here while we're getting ready for sports. Name a wrestler should have been world champ, not just because they earned it, but because it would have been good for the storyline. I love that question. You answered Barry Windham, and that's a great one. The Barry Windham, he had tiny little blips of runs in WWE, but that's a good answer. For years, I said Cody Rhodes. Cody followed me on social media and actually followed me different platforms because I was on a show where I, in 2010, was like, this guy is a world champ. You all just wait and see. And proud to say I was not wrong there, though. Easy prediction, I guess. But at the time, maybe no. I will go. I don't think he needed it. I think that was kind of the point of his gimmick and his character and his presence. But Roddy Piper, I got why maybe there wasn't a place for him at the top with a belt in 80s WWF. The Intercontinental run was tiny, but it gave me one of my favorite matches at WrestleMania 8 with Bret Hart. But for all he put into the business, it would have been great. And if he had come back around that IC title run, he was a little smaller then too. He bulked down a little bit, debulked. It made sense to work with Bret. They gave him that reign, but I know he came back in 06, got the tag title run, which is also how we found out he had cancer when they're doing a health screening for that. So, but if he had, that weird era where Hogan was out of the picture, but still hanging around. Ultimate Warrior was not what he was supposed to be. He had the Sergeant Slaughter run. Macho gets a little bit right before they hand it to Bret, Flair, and Piper. There could have been a spot for him, but it would have probably passed the time. All right. And then super chat from Jared here says ECW versus WCW versus WWF. Like, what in terms of like what do I like? I've always been a WWE/F guy. Did not follow ECW at its peak. Was very much aware of it, but never quite got into it. Loved what it did for the business, good and bad. It has a legacy in different directions, but love that. And I definitely watched WCW, but it always felt like the other thing for me. So I didn't get into it there. All right, we are ready to do 16 seconds of sports. Well, I was going to say it's audio, but I'm seeing something in the camera that I don't know, Steve. I think we got to do camera today. Are you ready for this? Thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, everybody, we've got an appearance change. Look at that clean-shaven man. Look at this. Hello, for those listening. Producer Steve has shaved his beard. The hair is long. The beard is gone. What's the story?
It was just time for a reset. It wasn't nothing too fancy. Just sometimes you got to like go clean palate, grow fresh, Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking I don't think I'll be that clean shaven. But my beard's a little shaggy. I talked about this on a Monday morning show. It's unkempt. And this thing's happening where as I get older, there's this little fluff that just wants to do this all the time, no matter how short. So I don't know. Reset might be coming. I feel you on that.
Yeah, the corner of the cheekbones gets tough to manage, like over and over and over again, like when you're doing the whole trim thing. So sometimes, and sometimes you just don't want to admit that you go to do maintenance and you mess up and you just have to start all over again. Sometimes that is too. So
there's a little mess up. Only I know on this beard. I got to trim it down. And you, like me, have a little cleft. So my cleft is hidden. There it is. My little butt shed is hidden beneath the hair.
Never say anything, but yeah, it's there. No, but I mean, I shaved this morning and it's already like I could already like sand something down. So give it a week, it'll be back. Yeah. So don't
I love this. Is my favorite reaction. LQ. What happened here? Now, does your partner? She prefer beard? No beard? No thoughts.
She hates it when I'm clean shaven. She prefers. Like doesn't like a lawn beard. She likes kind of like shortish, very like well kept. But yeah, this
is about as long and full as Grace would prefer. But yeah, if I have occasionally over the last 8 years done the complete reset. I had to do it once for a short film with the Wangers. Wasn't happy. She didn't hide it. No clean shaven.
Yeah, no, she doesn't hide it. But the baby thought it was fun. She thought it was hilarious because it's been so long since I've been clean shaven, so she kind of was just like touching it, like why do you feel like this? So that was.
Did you film it and turn your child into content? Because those I see those videos on Instagram a lot. Okay.
No, I'm one of those weird people that is like a strict our baby's not on the internet kind of thing for now. So
that's not the conversation maybe for now. I'm fascinated by it. I don't have a kid, clearly, unless you count the Chihuahua, who is all over the internet. I have some friends. I have a longtime friend who I don't think I've seen his kids because I haven't actually seen him in a while. It's just been a virtual connection. And I'm like, I don't know what his kids would look like. I couldn't pick them out of a crowd. And they're like 9. So I feel you.
Yeah, no, she's a baby. She can't decide if she wants to be on the internet or not yet.
Yeah, so. I actually kind of agree with you there. All right, we've got a lot to get to in sports. I think 16 seconds ish of sports. Go for it.
All right, here we go. So we're just going to start with football, and we'll come back to these as we want. Pretty much everyone is on a new team now. Free agency started today. Sam Darnold went to the Seahawks. DK Metcalf went to the Steelers. Justin Fields went to the Jets. Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett went to the Browns. Zach Wilson went to the Dolphins. And Aaron Rodgers is being rumored to go to Pittsburgh as of today on Monday. That hasn't happened yet. So that's football free agency. We'll go back to that. Oh, and this is football adjacent. I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole, but Odell Beckham Jr. is showing up in Diddy testimony. So that happened. Yeah. Anyway, in baseball, Garrett Cole is to have Tommy John surgery. I am so sorry, Ken. The things are not getting better for the Yankees.
No.
He pitched 2 games in spring training, and he's now out for the season. And in after-school sports, March Madness is upon us. Conference tournaments have started. Big dance invites are officially going out. So maybe we'll do some kind of cliche blathering bracket of some kind, of some tournament of something.
You know, it'd be fun. When does it actually start? When is the final
Selection
64?
Sunday is this coming Sunday. Selection Sunday is this coming Sunday. So the tournament will start next week.
You know, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I'm. You got go picture, kid. I don't know anything about college basketball, so how far can I go with my bracket is an interesting take.
I'm on it. Let's do it. All right,
let's do it.
We're gonna run with that. I got. Gears are firing already. Cool. All right, on it. So yeah, those are 16 seconds of sports. That's everything.
Yeah, look, a lot. I am literally right before the show. I was checking the tracker to see if the Dolphins made any move, and we needed a backup quarterback. I don't know if Zach Wilson is the answer, but we have him. Okay. 1 year, $6 million deal. 25 years old. That's okay.
He's only 25.
He's only 25. I started with the Broncos, then goes to the Jets, right? So yeah, and he was when Rodgers went down, was he one of the ones supposed to carry it on, and it just didn't happen?
No, Wilson started at the Jets. I believe Darnold was first, and then Zach Wilson was Darnold didn't work. Let's go to Zach Wilson. Then they got Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, and then Wilson was with the Broncos. Got it. Yeah, okay.
Right. And he got shipped off. So
look, I want Tua to be healthy all the way through. That's how we're going to win, if we're going to win at all. But hey, having a good young backup, something we didn't have. Wait, Mike White. Then we cut him, and then probably could have used him. All right, it's a thing. All right. What is going on in Seattle? Why is, even though I'm following football, are they just pressing the big old reset button? Why is everyone getting shipped out of there?
It sounds like it. I mean, they kind of feel like they hit the peak or the ceiling with Geno Smith and that core that they had with Geno and Metcalf and Lockett. That defense has kind of never really been the same since the Legion of Boom guys moved out and they lost that kind of core. So I think Seattle's just ready to hit the big reset button. They have a couple of young pieces. Their young wide receivers are good, but I think with their coach post Pete Carroll, I think it's just like a whole culture change and shift, kind of moving a lot of that old guard out there. Which I get it. I mean, the NFC West is really good. I don't know if they're going to beat or catch up to some of those other teams like right away. So like
it's fascinating. Yeah, I forgot new coach and all that. Getting a new good quarterback who had a big year, but we'll see if it was a one-time fluff thing or sticking in there. As far as the Yankees, man, I'm heartbroken. 2 injuries already. A rookie of the year pitcher, and then Cole, who just a couple days ago said, "I don't feel good about this. I got a little soreness," and here we are. Tommy John surgery is so common these days, but it's still a 2-year process. He won't be back till, I know they're probably doing this now to hopefully get him back by next season, but that's a 2-year thing.
Yeah. If you're lucky, maybe after the All-Star game next year, he's like ready to actually go, but it's at least a full calendar year. And you want to give him that time because that's a major surgery. So.
Major surgery indeed. Tully has a question that I don't have the answer for. Here's a question: why is Cleveland keeping Watson? Why is society keeping a lot of the things we have going?
They owe him a lot of money. They owe him a lot of money. That's why they're keeping him. So unfortunately, that is going to go down probably as that has to be the worst trade transaction in the history of sports.
And there's some doozies out there, but that one for
just
on and off the
everything
field.
Around it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's
on and off the field. There you go. Almost done with Kyle Harlow says Seahawks reset means time to switch back to their Steve Largent uniforms. Absolutely. As a former Steve Largent fan, him and Dave Craig. Let's do that. Let's do the old blue and bird. There you go. All right. Good stuff, Steve. I think we're on for Thursday, but next week we'll look for that. The bracket. I'll do the bracket.
Yeah, we'll do a bracket. I got a good sports take cooking up for the next one too. So.
Oh, that's right.
Here we go.
That's right. All right. There's Steve, 16 Second Sports. See you, buddy. Nice face.
All
right. Nice face. All right. We're almost out of here, which means it's time. First of all, we're not out of here. I got to get some Questions here. We got a couple questions. If you got a super blather to get in before the show ends, let me know. Also got a good question from the Dylan Barry Network. Dylan Barry over there said, I rented Young Guns. What's the movie snack drink combo I should have for that first time watching? So if you want it to be kind of in movie, it's not necessarily in Young Guns, but it's kind of more Young Guns too. Get yourself some like bread, like a roll, some beans, like some camp ranch beans, saucy, extra saucy, and then like a black coffee in like a tin cup. That should be your Young Guns meal. Is it the greatest meal? Oh, absolutely not. But it's it'll track. If you get to Young Guns too, you'll appreciate that there. And then we got our buddy Chris, my pal Chris, check it in here. Love Chris, the best librarian in LA County. And his wife's the best librarian in Ventura County. Says, I'm still wrapping my head around a future call-in question. So for now, I'll ask, what do you like in your trail mix? Cheers, buddy. I do love a good trail mix. I do get excited about trail mix, but I don't like it too busy. And I do like it heavy on the raisins and the M&Ms, which means I think I just like candy. And I don't like peanuts to get in the way. But I am a sucker. About once a year, I'll be in a store and I'll see like a big thing of trail mix on sale. I'll be like, yep, we're doing this. About halfway through, I regret it, but I power through. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. So love that there. Yeah, you guys got some great choices for the Young Guns meal. Beef jerky and black coffee. Yeah, the black coffee definitely factors in. Ayahuasca, says David. Not wrong. And all this sounds like a Dirty Steve snack, says Alan Smithy. And he is not wrong. Also, a pack of chew and bring a spittoon. So, Dylan, you're going to have a good time watching that movie. Report back, Dylan. All right, we're gonna go to Cal. Kingsport Cal's gonna take us home as always. Now, Cal, I'm not giving you a time limit, but I do want to get out of here before 6 p.m. So let's get right to it, buddy. How are you? We're not hearing you, Cal. You're like very much in the background. Like, to the point where I can't even hear you. Do something. Throw it. I'm at your mic settings are... Here, let me try this. All right, try again. No, you're still so low. He's protecting your time limits. No. All right. What are your... let's do this like we're on a call. Low cal. Oh, that's... I don't like puns. Let's do this like we're called our grandpa. What are your settings? Where are your settings, Cal? Maybe go in, go out? Reset it? Like, it's weird. We can I can hear you, but it just sounds like you're whispering. He left. Okay, he's going to come back. I was to make sure it's something I didn't do. This show's been a lot of fun tonight. We're not quite done. We're going to wait for Cal to come back in, but I really appreciate you all making the blather and something. So if you're watching live, like the video. If you're watching later, like the video. Leave us a nice comment. All those good things. It really helps. Turn it off and on again. Alan Smithy knows the answer. Blow on it. But a lot of fun. I do believe we'll be back Thursday. It's kind of a fluid situation from now and the rest of the month with things going on with me in my immediate future. But happy to be here building this community with you all here. So tell the world what we do here so people can have fun getting silly. I needed the silliness tonight. Some nights I want to run straight at the hard stuff, want to look at the news headlines and rip apart, get angry and all those things. But also there's value in protecting our souls. No one here in this chat, no one here in this show is ignoring the world and everything going outside. I'm not just talking about the news headlines. I'm talking about things that people are going in. What I'm going through in my own life is shared by so many people in this town and all around, and with talks openly of, it might be a recession, and friends of mine who have federal jobs not knowing where they're going to land in a matter of days, not weeks and months, but looking at their immediate future being destroyed. It's the hardships are going to be all around. So we appreciate all the support. And yeah, Jared says we're all here for me, but I'm also here for you as well. I've just had. The weirdest thing was my year started with hope and things are going to be okay. I got through the end of a tough year, and the year ended stressful, but we're good. And that sigh of relief, and that's sometimes the moment it gets ripped away from you. And I'm so not alone in that. But I try to be honest as a broadcaster because it fuels just a lot of things I do. And that's the only way I know how to do it. So happy to form this community around all of you. All right. Kingsport Cal says, sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't know either. You know, Cal, I got to tell you, your sound has been great for a very long time. So I don't know what happened. Yeah, Laserbolt says it too. He knows that I still haven't heard from my state park job that starts in April. Getting worried. And that's something that hangs over you. Serenity Jameson, remember what Will Wheaton says, depression lies for those intrusive thoughts. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I've had a lot of those. I don't think I can do it and don't know what to do moments that I know a lot of you out there are thinking too. And they're all real. They're real concerns. We all got to process them. But the little moments and just trying to feel safe for now, feel safe for 5 minutes. I went into a little more detail on the podcast this morning. All right, this is a good final question. Cal, are you saying it's done? You don't know what's working? Okay. Old pal Joey Beans, who I always want to. Sometimes Joey pops in, and I don't highlight him and that face enough. Joey Beans is one of the first, like Schmoes know, early peak of the podcast days listeners that we connected with. Did run into Joey finally. We did meet. I remember I for some reason seemed to forgot that, but that's silly. But I love having you pop in here, Joe. And he asked a very important question. Just wondering, Ken, what you having for dinner tonight? Me, spaghetti. Yeah, very first 2011. You know what? You might inspire me, Cal. Cal's back in, ready for a call, I think. Joey, you might inspire me. I have some spaghetti ready to go. I just need to boil those noodles. Maybe tonight's the night. And then I have some leftovers for tomorrow. Ooh, might be a win. Might be a win. All right, we're going to try now. Cal is, we're going to bring Cal back in and try to close this show out the right way. Cal, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, that sounds better. I don't know what bathroom you're calling from. Yes.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
All right, Ken. One thing I got to ask you, one thing I got to say
Mm-hmm.
is I'm upset.
I'm so sorry.
I'm upset because they're messing with my alcohol now.
They're messing. Who's messing with it?
Well, Trump and all them. They're messing with my alcohol.
Okay.
Because of these tariffs, Canada
Mm-hmm.
is pulling whiskey and stuff, American
Right.
whiskey from their shelves and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's going to affect Kentucky. It's going to affect Tennessee, Jack Daniels. You got Kentucky, everything. It's going to mess with everything. It's going to throw off balances that have been in place in these areas economically. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, and it's gonna hit the air. And it's not about if they voted for him or not. I don't at this point. It's not the worry for me. The worry is everyone's gonna be hit, but it's these areas that in this drive to do whatever they're trying to do. They're hurting their base. They're hurting the heart of America in a lot of ways. So I feel you on that. And that's for you in that area. Oh my gosh, that's big.
I mean, it is. I mean, it is. I like liquor, which I'm not a big fan of liquor. I mean, I do drink liquor occasionally, but it is one of the, grain alcohol and all that different stuff is one of the things that, that the South is known for and stuff like that. Like we export not just whiskey, like moonshine and stuff to other countries because they have their version of moonshine, but they want the American version. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, it's just gonna hit much broader. And already the prices of my beer, I was told by the places that I go to, because they know how I am. They're like, Calvin, it's good. Yeah, they already warned me.
Calvin, sit down. Are you sitting down, Calvin? Yeah.
They're like, because they know I will go somewhere else to get my PBRs and whatever I drink at another place because it's $1 cheaper, and I will tell them that. Right. So all the stores, that's at least 3 that I frequently go.
Wow.
All of them, all of the owners have told me, "God, it's going to go up. It's going to go up." I'm like, yeah, all right.
Man, no, I hate to hear it, but it is and this is, there's some moments where I'm like, you know what, fine, burn it all down, and that's the lesson that needs to be learned. But then when that's that's cold and callous, almost as cold as callous as the people doing this. Where I still don't know the surefire reasons why, and it's tough, and it's hitting everyone. So
it's because of one man messing with our allies. Anyway,
I agree with that. All right, Cal. Well, sorry for that. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Do you do a summary? What are we doing? What are you doing with this?
I got. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry about my audio problem. I don't know what happened there. I think
it's okay, man.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
all right.
Yeah, I want to do a recap, and then I wanted to give you a question to take off with me off air.
Okay. Let's do that. Love this. Love this. Hit me. Hit me with your summary.
The summary. Well, okay. Let's see. Jared came through with Game of Thrones for the third week in a row. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That's great.
Wants to get that castly talk going again with the swords. I didn't know anything about the swords, but the Blackfire one sounded cool.
It's cool.
Brendan came through with the egg talk.
Love it.
Which in turn, well, first of all, ketchup can go on eggs, y'all. Scrambled eggs. I don't know about fried eggs. But anyway, Brendan done the egg talk, which in turn spawned the Jerry and Scotty buffet talk.
Right.
Which I love.
Clutch.
The buffet talk was great. Scotty got to come in and defend himself because after y'all made fun of him. Anyway, that was great. But Jerry's drinking a Waterloo. Yes, you did. You made fun of his fanny packs and a handkerchief. Anyway. And then Cameron came through and y'all started talking about wrestling. And of course, I tuned out. Now, I would, because I cannot spell this guy's name right. And I know you know who I'm talking about. Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, the $1 million
million man.
He came out with like a money code, a robe.
Yeah,
that got cool.
Yeah, he came out with a lot more than that maybe we shouldn't have him come out with anymore. But yes.
I don't remember that much. That's just one of the snippets through my wrestling phase that was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, the $1 million man.
Now, yeah, he was awesome. Steve, smooth face Steve came.
Smooth face Steve.
Yes, and that's all I really took from that. Now,
that's all you needed to take from it.
The sports game. Oh yeah, he did look like he belonged in like Blind Melon or something. It was pretty cool. But anyway, hey, Blind Melon was a good band.
It's a great band. Great band. All right. Okay. And then you. Yeah.
Then you. My question. I'm sorry. This is not the best I come up with, but I just thought it was funny. But anyway, I'll take my question off fire, Ken.
Thank you.
As always, it's good to see you and hear you doing well. Your Monday thing kind of had me confused a little bit, but it's all right. But anyway,
I'm confused. Okay.
You're always confused. Now, Ken.
Yes.
Here's the thing. The thing. We know you are we know you're happily together or whatever it's called with Grace.
Yep. Okay.
But my question is if you wasn't, what is your or not even let's not even a hypothetical.
Okay.
What is your we all know you like the I still can't say it, El Salvadorian whatever type.
Yeah.
What is so this kind of falls into that, but we're going to take that away. We're going to say, what is your jungle fever type? But we kind of already know. But let's say an alternative to that. All right.
I'm not letting you get off. I'm not letting you hang up. I can't answer that question. I can't even address that question with you not here. What are you asking?
Okay. Well, because the jungle fever type will not work because you already have one. So
a fiance, right? What?
A fiance.
Okay. What's
I'm not trying to get into trouble. Mike.
You are on many levels. On many levels.
Here we go. Laser Bolt gives a good answer right there. That's what I'm talking about. Just name
Peter Nyanga.
Name this
look, Look, man.
That is of opposite race that you find attractive. That's the better way.
Adria Arjona. Andor.
What the hell is that? Oh.
Bix from Andor.
All right.
All right.
See,
Does that work?
See, now you want me to
What
judge your answer. That's why I wanted it. I don't want to judge your answer.
Don't judge. You're not judging. You don't. I don't know. You don't get to do much right now. You're getting me in trouble. Like she can hear through the wall. I'm gonna have to answer through. I'm gonna have to answer for this.
Ken, you ask me what Mexican lady I like. Selma Hayek. Ask me what white lady I like.
I'm not.
I can tell you.
I'm not.
Why would I get in trouble for that?
I'm not. I'm not. It's not you. Can I ask you this question? Is this because you couldn't afford your beer? Are you? Do we need to get you some beer?
Against you now because I can afford my beer, Ken. Plus me, I got plenty of beer in the refrigerator. The thing is that this
look, man. The world is full of wonderful, beautiful people. Why put up a wall? That's my approach. I'm not saying you're putting up a wall. I know what you're asking. You know, Halle Berry. Like, what do you want me to say?
There you go. You could have just said that right off the rip. Halle Berry. Done.
You're the best, Cal. You're the best. You're the best.
See, I've delayed all your shit for this.
You take it right to the edge, and I love it. All right, you are a razor's edge, and I love it. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go, but remember this time I gotta go. You're not gonna linger like last time. You're gonna go.
I know. I'm getting out of here. You would have kept me on. I tried to leave.
I'm leaving. You're leaving. Thanks, Cal. He's gone, and I love it. No, yeah, okay. I got what he was asking. It's just there's better ways, and this isn't the forum. What's he doing? What's he doing? Dylan Barry's going to report back on Young Guns. I really want that report. And Dylan, if you do a review up on your channel, let us know. That was the best response from LQ. No, Cal. No. A lot of fun today. A lot of fun. I needed it. And you guys are the best. We'll see you next time here on the Blathering. You know how we do it. Bye.